I met my husband, I was engaged to another guy. I'm sorry, I know that's disappointing. Listen, I've come a long, long way. A long, long way. But we weren't married yet. Can I go ahead and say that? It was not biblical betrothal. I was not married to who I was engaged to. I was engaged to who I was engaged to, and then there was Keith. And I've said so many times that honestly, Keith and I went to the same university. It was like if we had been on two completely different sides of that Texas university, and we just literally like magnets worked our way together. Why? Because we were equally messed up. Anybody know what I'm talking about? Because baggage attracts baggage. When people tell me, you just cannot believe how much baggage my spouse has, usually, with all due respect, I want them to lean. I said, you know what, tell me about yours, because something about your baggage attracted his baggage, and his baggage attracted your baggage, because that's the way it goes. But in this whole big heap, God can perform a beautiful wonder. Just here recently, I had a date with my grandson, Jackson, who is 8 and just about to be 9. In fact, I've been thinking about him all day because he has a football game today. And please just picture that with me, y'all. Come on now. There is just nothing like a little 8-year-old playing football out on the field. Just nothing like it. Last year, we watched one of the coaches get so frustrated. He never, ever lost his cool, never ever lost his cool with the little boy. He was just simply trying to get him to hand off the ball, to teach him how to hand the football to another player that could run down the field with it. And the child could not get the concept. And I watched the coach. He dropped in the grass and he just rolled. And then he got back up and he brushed himself off and he continued to coach, because it was like, stop, drop, and roll. There's nothing else I can do right now. That frustration, I'm gonna have to work this out in the grass. But this is about how old my little guy is. And I usually don't just have a date with him. Now, I don't know, for some reason, because she's just a girl and for whatever reason, she'll come over with her mom when her brother and his dad are doing something else. So it's far more often that I am alone with Annabeth, his younger sister. But it is just a perfect moment when I get to be with him all by myself. And we got to spend a couple of hours together, shop together. We went and got yogurt together, and we were sitting outside, and I was just humor me here. I was looking in his beautiful little face, and his eyes are as blue as a gorgeous cloudless sky. And he's got one little fleck of brown in one of them. And I can just get lost in that face. That sun just rises and sets right in that beautiful, beautiful little boy's face that I love so much. Makes a certain expression, and I can see his mother. I just cannot bear the love of it. I was asked the other day what I loved most about grandparenting. There is nothing I do not love about grandparenting. Absolutely nothing. I am completely drunk over these children. I love them so very much. But while I was sitting with him, he was in his little shorts, and I looked down, and he had a long, deep scratch on the back of his calf. And I mean, not just a little, but like the kind that would have really hurt, the kind that would have bled. And so I said, buddy, what on earth happened to you? And he explained to me that he had done it climbing a tree, and he had slipped down, and when he did, a limb had caught him on the back of his little calf and scratched down. And I said, man, does it hurt? It looks like it does. And I'll never forget the way he answered me, because he said, well, kind of. But then he went like this. He said, but if I pinch myself here, it doesn't hurt near as bad. I just loved it, because we do that constantly. We try to shift our focus. This is bleeding. This is gashed right here. But let's pinch ourselves to keep our focus over here, so we can keep from thinking what a mess has been made.